I'm not sure what that is. Who are they trying to deceive? God? He's not watching them when they hide their car somewhere in the hall. You know, it's crazy. And I told the story about my father. In my home, we never had bacon or ham or pork or any of that trafe. You know what trafe is? Unclean. But my father on the outside, I caught him eating a bacon sandwich. And I said to him, "What are you doing, Dad?" Caught, he said, "On the outside, you can do whatever you want, but in the home, you keep the commandments." Hypocrisy. I don't know how old I was, but I was a small kid, and I go, this doesn't work. It's like, you know, you're living two different kinds of people. So I guess the same question I would have for you. Are you preparing yourself to go into the world? You live in the world. You don't live here. You spend a couple, 3 hours with us on a weekly basis. You're in the world. Are you prepared? Have you made preparation to share with your neighbor, your friends? Have you done that? Have you made preparation time to spend with God? Or are you going to spend 30 seconds? Or 60 seconds? Yeshua said to his Talmidim, "Can't you just spend 1 hour with me?" "Oh, we have to sleep. We'll get with you later." Just 1 hour. One of the necessary implications of God's Sabbath law is the need of preparation. The musicians, Edward, whoever's involved, you have to prepare. You got to even do some research to deliver a message. You have to prepare. Sometimes I wish I can just do it out of my head, and sometimes it comes out of my head because I prepared. I got all the word inside of me over the years. Not all of it. I'm not perfect. The implication of God's Sabbath laws is the need of preparation. The prohibition against making fire was not intended, now catch this, not intended to force the people of Israel to freeze in the wintertime. It gets cold in Israel, by the way. So what happens if they forgot to light a fire? Would they freeze that day? Would they be really cold? Yeah, the Orthodox would. You know, God is merciful. He's easy to forgive us. If He wasn't easy to forgive us, none of us would be here. We're all sinners. God would help develop in the culture the art of preparation. Effective preparation requires us to make accurate understandings of the future and the wisdom to know exactly what to do in face of what is to come. If you're going on the highway, you better be prepared. You need to have your cars tuned up. You need to have gasoline if you're going on a long trip. You know, I was on the highway there. I saw a guy with a gas can, and maybe it was his son, a little boy with him. Was he prepared? Yeah, he was prepared, but I think that's stupid preparation. Better you should fill it up than have a gas can in case I forget. You're driving a car. It doesn't run on air. Maybe in the future it will, but... You know, we're putting on Passover. My wife and I have been doing this for close to 30 years. We still prepare. During Passover, you have to clean up your house. My wife did a job on cleaning the last couple of days. It's amazing. I was tired watching her. So I had to leave. Do you know that's where spring cleaning came from? Passover cleaning. We'll get into that more next week. In our instant culture today, we want it now. Do you ever go up to a drive-in window and say, I want this or that or whatever it might be, and you expect it to come popping right out? You know, we should have mental telepathy. We should be able to think while we're waiting online that they're going to pop out the food we want, you know? I don't think it works that way. Not only are information, goods and services instantly available at the button, we have an economic system that encourages us to acquire things we can't afford. We can have whatever we want. whether we want something or even the cost. We don't care. We can put it on a credit card. We can charge it. Some of you folks are old. Have you made preparation for your finances at this point in your life? Sad. Our society, less than 6% of people prepare for retirement. Most inadequately. It took me a long time to understand that. Money's important. Not the love of it. Money is a wonderful servant. It gets us goods and service and all kinds of things. It's a terrible master. When it controls you, it is the master. Our Western culture is that we don't need to think ahead. We don't need to prepare. In fact, those who drive this way of life, they don't want to hear from us at all. That's because they fear that what would happen if they realize that they don't need this or that. What would happen if we actually thought about the implications of our actions before we acted, before we buy, before we speak, before we make rational decisions? Most of us can live without a lot of the things that we have and the burdens that is placed on us. Yet we have been led to believe that we don't need to be concerned about the implications of our actions. Of course we do. Whose fault is it if you get in debt? There you go. I heard the answer. Oh, it's not my fault. It's my parents' fault. Oh, it's my teacher's fault. No, it's my employer's fault. No, it's somebody else's fault. How about being responsible? If you don't have a walk with God, whose responsibility is that? It's a free will decision. The word says many are called, but few are chosen. Are you chosen? I'm going to choose you. It's God who's going to choose you. Expecting that the problems that we cause in an instant today will be fixed in an instant tomorrow. Well, you can go bankrupt. You can let your house go. You can let them repossess your car. That's not good stewardship. If you have a car, you need to clean it. You need to take care of it. This is practical stuff, guys. You've heard this before. But you know, it's like learning the alphabet in school. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, you don't have to think. It's just automatic. It's important. We're really fooling ourselves, guys. We're really fooling it. We are different. We need to stand up above it. We don't need to be part of it. While we shouldn't worry about tomorrow, because it says, the word says to be anxious for nothing, effective living demands wise preparation. Worry is being concerned over the areas of life in which we have no control. Accidents, we don't have control over them. Sometimes. Now, my wife was driving with me this morning here, and she can tell you that I was driving. She was riding with me, but she was in control of the driving. I was only steering the wheel. And, you know, I must have some allergies, I'm not sure, but I sneeze an awful lot. This morning I must have sneezed 30 times. It was just coming. To take a break, and I'm reaching for a tissue, and I'm drinking a cup of coffee, and I'm fixing this on the car. You know, to me that's normal. But I had to agree with my wife. It was a little absurd. It was like something was happening. You know, I think the enemy knew that we were going to have such an awesome time of praise and worship, and he didn't want us to be here. Well, but, you know, the enemy made me do that. It's not my fault. I'm not to blame. It's the enemy. It's Hasatan. Effective living demands wise preparation. Worry is being concerned over the areas of life which we have no control. Preparation is required for those things which we are responsible for. What are we responsible for? All our actions and deeds. We are responsible for. We need to be responsible people. A farmer needs to prepare his field to harvest. A chef needs to prepare a menu and ensure all the necessary ingredients are available. An athlete, how about these Olympic people? Are they preparing themselves? You think they got up there and they ice skated one day? This guy who won all these medals? Preparation. Preparation. PP